Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and as you can see, we got a nice big box in front of us. In fact, I got two of them. Well, I got a third one over here. I might do that in a separate one. It's a little larger also. So we'll see how we're doing on time, but let's go ahead and get this one open. This one came from Jason. I've been hitting that. There's a awesome box coming from him, and this is it. So something that he had pop up on Deal or No Deal on Facebook. So we're able to come to an agreement with a price. So it was fair on both ends. There's a lot of stuff in here that's going to be some doubles, but that's all right. Once you see what it is, you'll understand why that'll be okay. So I don't mind having extras. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. We got cars in a separate box. And then what I think I have is another jammer. Let's see if I can get this out without getting all the popcorn out. Alright, that is it. So here we go. Oh, we threw a little license plate in. I do not have one of those. I don't think. So that is awesome. That's a nice little surprise right off the bat. Alright, so here's what we have. You can see a bunch of crack ups in there. We'll go through each one of these. And then we got this little box here, so let's go ahead and do the box first. Oh, I forgot about that too. So then he had all of the Toy Fair cars with their cases up also. And nobody was very interested in them. He had a couple of bids, and then he threw out a bid for to sell it. Nobody kind of jumped on it, so went ahead and jumped on it myself, because all 5 of them definitely worth 125 bucks. This one I saw and has been kind of for a little while. It's kind of come down a little bit, but this was going for about 100 bucks by itself. The other ones aren't, let's say, super or as high in price, I guess I'll say it that way. But definitely I think worth the deal. So we'll go through these real quick. Oh, that's a nice box. I might ship the stuff to Kearney in the background here. Got some stuff behind here waiting to go to him, so maybe I'll be able to do that in that box right there, nice and secure. All right, so this is, like I said, a bunch of Toy Fair cars. So World's Coolest Car Company 1998 New York Toy Fair. I think they all come with a piece of track. So we've got the twin mill here. I'll take a little closer look at it. Some gold black walls with red lines. As always, I moved my lighting out of the way, but there we go. That looks a little better. So that's a good picture. Got some gold chrome engines. Nice little flame job on the top. This one's got a 30th anniversary little logo there. And then I believe that says something about the Toy Fair. My eyes aren't as good. There we go. So what does that say? Hard to say. I'll have to pull it over. I win. Oh, twin mill. Goodness. That's what it says. Twin mill. So, there's the first one. Pretty cool piece. And there's some stuff on the front. New York Toy Fair 1998. So, that's the twin mill. So, that's 1998. Let's see here. We got the Ford GT90. Still got a little plastic piece to hold it in place inside there. Of course, it's in chrome. Makes it hard to read off the camera and the lights. Let's see. Looks like New York Toy Fair is what it says. And then it's all too small. I guess we could do this, right? Boop. There we go. Now we can start reading stuff. The official cars of the new millennium. So there we go. Ford. There we go, 1999. That's what I was looking for. I was pretty certain it was the newest one, as this came out in 1998, right, as the first edition. So there we go. So Ford GT90. Let's see here. Slide this back in. Put the top on, and there. Official cars of the new millennium, with 2000 coming soon. All right. It's upside down. All right. There we go. New York Toy Fairs, one obviously from 96. Makes it really easy to read. 96 on the side. So check this out. I think it's power pistons, gold 3 spokes. Got Toy Fair on the side. Nice big. Where normally you have the Hot Wheels, you've got Toy Fair in there nicely. Right, look at the other side. Metal base, Malaysia on the base. So there's that one. This one also has the plastic in there, kind of hold it in place, or prevent me from putting it back in. Come on. Uh-oh, I gotta put it on the track, in the piece. Here we go. Oh, and I dropped the track. And I bumped the camera. Classic. There we go. Let's see here, and then we can slide all that back in. Oh, gonna come out a little bit, because we're just on the other side of the track. Didn't stay. Goodness, it's kind of a pain to get back in. It did it again. Come on, we just want you to go back in the way you were. Huh. Alright, well, let's stay in that way for now. Not worry about it. $19.95. First one they did. Chevy Stalker. That's probably the best one in my opinion. You got nice black chrome PC6 wheels, cool paint job, flame job, 95, New York Toy Fair on there, Hot Wheels. Got the track system. So I think that one's super awesome piece. Black interior, tinted window. I mean, it's well put together. Comes with black track as well. Let's see. Much easier to put back in. Guess I could do it on camera. Alright, so there's that one. And number 5. Oh, it's got 2 pieces of plastic. Let's just try and continue to mix it up. I think it's missing a surfboard too. Any other surfboards in there? I think the surfboards are the same. I probably have an extra one. So the Diora. Kyle's favorite Hot Wheels. Kyle, you watching this? It's your favorite Hot Wheel. You didn't even know. So there's that one. We got basic wheels. What we got on the wheel here? Goodyear and something even smaller to read. Goodness, I can't read that. Too small for me. Throw it down in the comments if you know what that says. I think it says Firestone. Who knows? Alright, let's see how we get this back in. Maybe. Maybe I got them turned around. See if we can get it back in there. Not so much. Oh, it's supposed to be kind of angled. That's why we got this kind of angle thing here. I'll zoom this back out. There we go. That way you guys can see kind of what I'm doing instead of like some of the before parts. Do, 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 do. Which way do you want to be? I think you want to be like that. Boom, got it. Put that back on, and here we go. Welcome. Got Kyle on there again. New York Toy Fair. I assume maybe Kyle Busch. Who knows? Kyle Petty? Hard to say. Alright, but there's all 5 Toy Fair cars, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Yeah. Sounds good. Now, let's open up some crack-ups. Like I said, a bunch of these are extras. But some of these are kind of tough to get, and it's just easier to snag a collection like this and pull the extras out of it. Let's see, let's make sure we don't have a mess. Here's a little license plate for your bike. Super cool. That's awesome. Alright. So, we'll start from the top. We'll kind of pull these out. Set them down. Get the popcorn out of the way. There's some pretty tough US versions I have found while trying to obtain all the different variations. There's still variations that kind of pop out that's new to me every once in a while, so that's kind of cool. Seeing how these are, 35, 40 years old, as old as I am almost. So that makes it fun. Keep tracking down and finding some new variations and stuff, at least to me. There's some guys that collect this, as my Ford Escorts were no longer happy being on top of the Scorchers cars back there. Some experts, like I said, that have collected these and have a bunch of prototypes and stuff like that, so I kind of watch, see what they're doing, what they've got, pay attention to their pictures and stuff. So and we got some flip outs down here at the bottom. So those are all extras unless something crazy comes up, have them be different. He didn't throw in the European or the international release flip out. That one's a pretty tough one. I didn't see that in the pictures, but I wasn't really going after those flip outs. It's more about these crack ups here. There are some crack ups that only are available in the 3-packs with the stamper. So that's kind of cool too. I've got one of those stamper packs downstairs. I think I've shown it in previous videos that I've done in the Hot Wheels room. Alright, we finally got one side kind of done. Let's see, what do we do? Pull them all out? Probably. Yeah, we'll go through these real quick. It's been a hot minute. All right, like this one here, I'm pretty sure came out of a 3-pack only. And all of these are on the website, mvphotwheels.com. All the variations that I currently know about are on there. I'm sure there's a couple missing. I think there might be a Mexico version missing or something like that, but all of the US ones are certainly on there, and with their names as well. So I do not have their names memorized. They all have some pretty crazy and fun names, and some of them are kind of interchangeable and whatnot, it seems like. So but there is this one here. This is kind of a, you know, Zamac with just a Tampo. Pretty cool. Side there. All right, let's see the version of it. Try to keep all the versions together, all different ones. This one has a bunch of different variations, base variations on this, and French variations. And there's base variations on that France. So this one is the Hong Kong. I believe you can get this in Malaysia, and then there's different orientations of how they put the text on the base. So there's lots of fun variations to get with that particular one of those. I don't see it too much in these other ones, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know why there were so many different bases. Maybe because that one had France variations or something like that. So here is the yellow, same paint job or Tampo job as the Zamac one I just showed, just different colors. And then here's that base. So again, I'll look at all these closely against the ones that I have to see if there's any minute differences. Here is a gold one. I believe this is a 3-pack one as well. So, pretty cool in gold. And this one has the Hong Kong base as well. And I think the Stamper 3-packs are all Hong Kong base, but I have not confirmed that. Alright, and looks like this is the last one of these to come up. This one has, I believe, a France variation to go with it as well. This is the Hong Kong base. I don't think there's a Malaysia base, but I believe there's a France base. Oh, there's a Mexico version, but I think it has either doesn't have side tampos or top tampos or something different about it. But I got that down in the case. All right, so there's those. Let's see. We'll put the flip outs all over here. We'll do all flip outs at the end. Looks like they're all here. We got both vans, both police cars, both of the. I think they're all here. So, all right, let's do the cop car, taxi, fire car. They use it for all kinds of things. So in this case, the state police. This one, a couple different base variations, and this one is notorious for having side and top tampos. Not this particular piece, but some of these other ones, like the taxi and the fire one, and then some without any hood tampo there. So that's something to look out for. So there's the first one. We'll do the other state police in its secondary color. So this one has a France variation that you could get with it as well, and some different color variations within that France variation. This is the US or Hong Kong release. So another pretty cool one. Same tempo as that one, just on a different color. And then the black one with the state police. Now this one, I am missing a variation. I am missing the Malaysia base on this. This is the Hong Kong. So didn't score that variation within this little set here. Boom, look at that, dude. Just kind of gave out. Let's see if it does it again. Of course not. But there's a Malaysia base. That one's pretty tough to get. I'm looking for that one. All right, got the fire chief here. This is where I was telling you could find with and without the roof or hood tampos and roof tampos, I believe, as well. So fire department chief on here. You could, like I said, find this without this on top. A couple base variations. I think they're all Hong Kong based variations, but oh no, this is Malaysia. Okay, so completely misspoke, but there are some different orientation of this text as well on these, so you can get Hong Kong or Malaysia, and then arranged or put on here just a little bit differently for some variations, and then with or without the top here. And this will most likely be the Hong Kong version. Yep. So there's Hong Kong version, both with side and top tampos. And then for that example of no top tampo and with it, here's a taxi version of it with side and top. This is the Hong Kong. There's the other look, city taxi on that. And then, like I said, you can get it without the hood tampo or the top roof tampo. So city taxi, a little beat up there on the side, and there's that one. And this is also Hong Kong. So there are all of those that came in it. That one pretty cool. All right, we'll do one of these called top boppers or something like that. So this one in red, you could get this in a Mexico with a France base as well, and supposedly just a France one that has a brighter color than the Mexico one. I haven't found that one yet, but I do have the Mexico version. I believe I have a video of me ripping that quite a while back now. So but there is the red, and this is Hong Kong base. And then the green, this is one I believe has both bases also, or Hong Kong and Malaysia base, I believe. All right, so this is the Malaysia base. I believe you can get this as a Hong Kong base. And boop. So some of these have different ways they crush, or the way they're pieces. So you can see this one kind of convex, this one coming out a little bit. So you'll see that in the gray one where it'll have both of these. I have not seen either one of these two in red or green have both this indented side and this, like this style right here. So something to look out for those. And I'll show you what I'm talking about on these two gray ones here. So here's where you could get both versions of that flipping, rotating part here. The tops look the same when they're like this, but once they've been, boom, they've got a little bit of a difference there. And these are both Hong Kong bases as well. Now there is another variation that somebody, I think I saw somewhere, that was silver or maybe flat gray. I can't remember. These two look kind of silverish, but they're not like a metal flake silver or anything. So I think it's a silver one that I'm looking for. I haven't come across that one yet. Haven't confirmed that it really exists. Maybe somebody saw, one different than the other. They categorized it different from one collector to another. One said, oh yeah, this is the gray, and somebody was like, oh, this is the silver, and it could have come up that way. Who knows? But anyhow, unconfirmed for my side of it, and I'll keep looking though. I believe I do have it on the website just in case. All right, now we got this Chevy Stalker looking crack up here. A couple different variations of this one. And there's the Hong Kong base. Very popular, lots of these. If you know Jeff Drew, I think he's probably sold over 100 of these. I think he had a whole box of them, pretty crazy. And they come with the crack up set or crash set and everything, so they're in there as well. and they must have been handed out at like Hot Wheels conventions or something. So there's a whole bunch of these, but pretty cool little cars. Look nice, crash test vehicle and everything. This one's a little tougher to get. I'd probably say one of the tougher ones of the Chevy Stalker looking ones. There's both bases of this. This is the Hong Kong base. There is a Malaysia base. That one is even tougher to find. Took me a while to get that. So there's that one, and the fourth one in red. Nice tampos there with the 50 and graphics and some racing decals. And this is Hong Kong. I think you can only get this in the Hong Kong base. All right, so let's see if we can make some room over here so we can start pulling out the other cars. Oh goodness. There we go. So we'll slide these over and then we'll bring them back into view. Hopefully they don't fall off the table here. If you're a Cracked Up fan enjoying the video, hit that like button and subscribe. We're working our way to 1,000 subscribers now that we've hit the 750. Next weekend, plan on doing the live giveaway. So if you're sending stuff in, you got a week to get it in here. So reach out to me via here. I'll give you the mailing address via, either on Facebook or through email or something. My email address is mvphwc@gmail.com for you guys to send information or pictures or questions if you don't want to ask them here on the on YouTube and stuff. So, and if you want to send something, just say, hey, I want to send something. Can I get the address through that mvphwc@gmail.com? Or like I said, you can find me on Facebook. It's Diesel Mac on MVP Hot Wheels. So, but we're going to do a giveaway for the 750 subscribers. So thanking everybody help the channel, getting this up to that point. So on this side is definitely where some cars, variations that I did not have. It's going to be hard to remember. It's been a while since I've kind of gone through a bunch of these, but I did verify them when I was on the website and went down and I got all these displayed in a case right now. So I'm pretty sure there's one of these here, this one or this one. Can't remember. Definitely one of the black ones, that like this one here. There's a couple that still elude me even beyond this. Obviously the that silver one that we talked about, and what else was there? I think there was one of the police versions. Oh yeah, the black police, state police one with the Malaysia base. So still got some more to look for. Again, here's some more of those. Oh no, these are ones that, oh, maybe I was mistaken before. I'll go over that real quick once we get all these out. I was talking about the wrong one with all the bases. 'Cause I don't think there's any base variation on the one I pointed out before. Misinformation. I'm sorry, I didn't do that on purpose. You gotta keep up on that stuff. Got some more of the flip outs down here, so we'll slide these over to the side. Pull those out last. Flip out and the truck. All right, how we can get that out of the way. All right, so I was saying that this one had a bunch of base variations, but I was mistaken. It is this one. You can see the paint jobs and tampos are very similar in color and everything. Completely messed that up. Oh no! Almost dropped a bunch of cards off the table because I dropped that one because I held on to the part that flipped. Alright, we're good. So, we'll see if there's a base variation on these two. Probably most likely there is. Oh, this one's got kind of a gold. Look at that. Instead of gray, it's kind of got gold. I don't know if that's from Smoker's House or something. Sometimes it turns it that color a little bit. But, oh, this is also a France variation. So you can see that France variation. And here is what I was kind of talking about. So see where France is in the middle and Malaysia is at the top. There are both of these cars I think have, or they're reversed and stuff. So they have Hot Wheels, you know, down here at the bottom and now in the middle. So those kind of get mixed up. So there's a bunch of different variations that you could get with this base as well. So something to look out for if you really want to go after all the variations and stuff. So it looks like our little piece doesn't hold anymore. Nope. That's what you get with plastic. So it does kind of look kind of gold, but I'm curious if I had some cleaner. There's a cleaner out there to get like the smoke stuff off and see if it cleaned that up in me. Since I have a France one already, won't worry about damaging it. It's already got some chippies. All right, here's another one. Now one of these two is one I didn't have, so pull this base. Should be a base variation. Let's see if I flip them the right way here. Yep, because I flipped them upside down. So I'm pretty sure I had the Hong Kong one, but I didn't have the Malaysia base, so this is one of them I was definitely looking for. So there are both of them. You can see the colors just a little bit different there, and the plastic also for the crashing part or hood is a little different color from those two different factories. But so there's kind of closing the loop on one of those base variations. Let's see, here's a red one. And again, you can go on my website and I've got all the descriptions for all the different variations that I've come across and seen, even if I don't have them myself yet. So you could look up on there. So here's a Hong Kong version. Here's a yellow one. I believe this one has some variations as well. So this is the Hong Kong version. I believe there's some international ones on this. Very tough to get. I think the Mexico one is sold since I've been looking for it, but went for pretty high, so wasn't ready to obtain it at that time. Got a green one. There's a bunch of colors of this one. They like this one for some reason. I think this is a 3-pack one as well. So got the Cruiser on the side. Hot Wheels, Hong Kong base there. Nice shiny base. No rub on the tampo though. There's that. And then here's a blue one. I think this is the last one of these. I think this one has some variations with it as well. I think a Hong Kong and Malaysia base also. So here is the Malaysia one, and that might have been the one that I needed. I'll know here in a little while after I get done with the video. Oh, no, never mind. Let's go find out right now. Boom, there's the Hong Kong. So one of these two I definitely needed, because I know I didn't have both of them. So you can see the color difference, dark blue to a medium blue kind of. Plastic's pretty close to being the same this time. But here's a look at that base. So Hong Kong and Malaysia base. So sweet. Another one down. All right, we'll do these Datsun looking 280SX type vehicles here. So this one in white, the turbo, and Hong Kong base. And you got green. There's a bunch of different ones. There's some tough ones of these as well. There's a Mexico version of this. I haven't found, or I haven't paid for. We'll play it that way because I think it's been on eBay for a while, but they want like 200 bucks for it. So maybe a little high. Who knows? Just haven't been ready to pull the trigger on it. So there's that one. One of these black ones is one that I did not have. So got nice flames. This is probably the better one for me. Like the flames on this and the colors. And then here is the Malaysia base. And here is going to be the Hong Kong base. I don't think I had the Malaysia base on this one. And Malaysia seems to be the tougher one. I wonder if that's because they Hong Kong, you know, made most of these, and then they kind of switched factories at the end, and then they discontinued it. So it's kind of what I was thinking, but I could be wrong. Here's a red one. This one I know I have, so this will be an extra. Cool little tampo job there with the flame and lines. And this one is a Hong Kong version. Kind of a magenta color here. Purplish, pinkish red, something. See if that still works. Yep. So this one's got the lines of number 7 in there. And then Hong Kong base on this one. Kind of a metallic red. And I think one of these metallic reds I didn't have either. Might be this one here. So, Hong Kong base. And got a few more of these. This one in yellow. Got that same flame tampo in the middle like the other metallic red one did. And that one with the Hong Kong base. I'm really good at flipping it up on while the text is upside down. Alright. We got this metal flake blue here. So I think one of these, as well as the one I didn't have. You can see the difference in these colors as well. So a little bit different. This one's got more kind of a green in it. You can't really see that in the picture, or you see more blue and kind of probably maybe purple in the color for that one. But here we have the Hong Kong and Malaysia. So one of these is one I was looking at. So happy to finish that one up. All right, so that concludes those cars. Now we can go into the trucks. I am missing one of the trucks, and unfortunately it's not one of these. So this one should be an extra. I don't think this will be, yep, this is the Hong Kong version. I don't think there's a Malaysia version of this metallic red one. But I know there is a Malaysia version of this metallic blue. This one is most likely the Hong Kong one. Oh, no, it's Malaysia. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Maybe I have it. Maybe I need the Hong Kong one. Dang it. I have to go back and look. But I thought I needed the Malaysia one. So that could conclude the truck ones. I don't know of any variations of these. Either one of these big trucks with the cabs and stuff like that. So if somebody knows of a variation of these, throw that down in the comments. Some have talked about that there might be a potential within this piece that rotates, but I haven't been able to see that or verify that. So if you've heard of that, let me know. This one has the Malaysia base, but the cabs are the same, just different colors, and they threw on the dump bed on this one. And for this one, you've got the ramp for the wrecker side of it. And I guess we could take a look between these two to see if there's any difference since we got them. Yeah, those two look the same. And on this side, let's see if we can get this one to stay. Does not want to stay. It's a little in the wrong spot maybe, but here we go. I'll hold it. And that looks the same as well. So don't see any differences as it finally stays, kind of. All right, now got the two race cars or Indy cars. So there's the one in white and the one in red. The mechanism isn't staying. How are we gonna have it crash? There we go. Pretty cool cars there. I like those. So a couple more extras. All right, so that is the crack up side. Let me make a little room here for when I get all the cars kind of lined up. Let's see if I can keep them together in castings. Probably should put the trucks in the back. All right, we got a little room here. I'll bring this down to the front. Wipe off whatever all that is from the box opening. All right, all these will be extras. Where's the red van? Oh, I put it here. So flip outs. These are pretty easy to get. There's not a whole lot of them in this set. There's, like I said, an international one. I'll talk about that. One's the toughest one to get, or at least the most expensive. It seems to pop up quite often. So I would just say expensive and not so much super rare. Got 200 SX there. Got the Camaro Wind or Firebird. SX. There's two of each one of these except for the one that has the international one. So pretty quick set to get together and get. They're all relative. I think if you go on eBay you can get all these maybe together, but at least definitely separately. So here's the Camaro Wind. They call these flip outs because this little mechanism down here on the base will flip. So now that it's been locked, and if you hit something, maybe, goodness, there we go, it flips back over. And then as that mechanism flips back over, obviously it flips the car. So there is a white one, like I said, it has the same Tampo design as this one does. It just has a white paint job, and that one runs for about $100, $125. It was up to about $150, $160, but it's kind of come down as like I said, there's, I think, enough people or enough of them to go around for people that want to get them. So the price may still come down just a little bit. But there's the black one. The metallic red you get in a completely different Tampo design. So you got 300 horsepower there. And then number 127. And it's got the same design. Some of these have different designs. So this is kind of what they say, you know, like a side flipper. So as this thing clips, you know, or flips over, it's going to flip the car over like this. You know, and pretty cool action. Maybe we'll do it with these since these are a little bit rough. This is head over heels kind of contraption or flipping. So obviously as this goes through, this is going to hit the ground. It's going to flip the car, you know, over like that. So that one flips over a little bit easier. But there's the black state police one, and I don't know of any variations to any of these that aren't shown other than that white one. So once you get all these, I think you've pretty much finished the set. So I think, what is there, 9 cars total? So they got security patrol again. Obviously both these are going to be the same. That one's a little more stubborn. Dang, you don't want to flip at all. So I think there's a, yeah, it'll probably flip when we put it on here and it'll mess up all my cars. All right, we got another side flipper with the van. I think one of these called like vaulting van or something like that. So you got the TV stunt team, nice little IndyCar on the side. And again, there's that bottom mechanism. So you got white, kind of a maroon color, with the name flip outs on this one. Kind of like the Ford Aerostar casting. They didn't make this other casting. Dang, it's got somebody's spouse was really mad at them. Look at the sheet of the windshield. So flip out 200SX. This one again, the head over heels. There we go. That one popped. And then you get it in yellow. And of course, each casting has the same type of flipping mechanism. So there's that one. All right, so there's all of those and everything that came from Jason. So that's a lot. I do have some more stuff to open. I'll do that in the second video. We're at 45 minutes on this one. I'm probably boring people to death, although unless you're a flip out or a crack up fan. So here is everything. I'll just kind of move over. Plus we had those Toy Fair cars and the little license plate for your bicycle there. So, but here you go. There is everything that kind of come through. Instead of trying to move them all over and bore you guys with 5 minutes of moving cars. So, any questions, throw those down in the comments. If you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. We're working to 1,000 subscribers. We're going to do a giveaway next weekend on Sunday. I'm pretty sure that's the date, and as we get closer, I'll narrow in the time. But it's probably going to be in the afternoon, evening. I am on the East Coast, so for those on the West Coast, obviously there'll be a 3-hour difference and everything. So I'll put out that, you know, it'll be at, we'll say 4 o'clock Eastern. So that gives you an idea. That'd be 1 o'clock there on the west side. So, and even further away, if you're in Hawaii or the opposite direction there in Europe and stuff, it'd be cool to have some people from different countries and different states across the water or something like that, or Alaska. That'd be cool. But so that's kind of the plan. We'll do it next weekend on Sunday, and we'll give away some awesome stuff. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got some more cleaning done in the Hot Wheels room, so I got a little bit more to do, but it's ready. I'm comfortable going down there and showing you guys my pseudo mess. It's kind of like that when you invite the friends over or the neighbors over, and you're like, you spend all day cleaning and they finally come over and you're like, I'm sorry, the house is a mess, you know. So it's kind of like one of those deals. You know, spend a lot of time, you know, getting it kind of organized and cleaned up, and then as soon as I do the video, I'm like, sorry, I didn't have any time to do anything with it. It just, you know, it just is, you know, how it's just dirty. I'm sorry, you know. But we'll have fun. We'll look at some different stuff. If you want to see different castings, I can pull the castings out. We'll look at what I've got so far. Most of my collection's from 77 to 99, but there are newer things, there are older things, obviously. So kind of got a mix of everything, but that is the main portion of my collection so far and what I have on the website. And as I get time to put stuff on the website and whatnot, so that'll be there, and we're working on the little guide thing. So I'm kind of in contact with the developers, and we'll see what we can do with that as well. But I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for watching the video. This is a long one, almost 50 minutes now. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video with some more things I got in that's pretty cool. So thanks, and bye.